garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Hey guys, it's Carly from Boyk Farm Outfitters. Now that we're into harvest, it's time to think about what's next on each of your fields. For some, that means cover crops. Whether it's to help with weed pressure or erosion control, boost soil health, or if you need something for cow-chow, we can help. We're seeding everything from simple rye covers to more exotic mixes and even winter wheat. So if you're shorthanded and don't feel like you can get anything seeded, just give us a call and we can help. Find us at BoykFarmOutfitters.com to get in touch. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's.
Herbstreit's in the drive-thru again. Oh, hey, Kirk. What can I get you today?
I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers that are real difference makers. Sprinkle cut fries with dynamic ridge patterns, Texas toast, and cane sauce with an air of smugness that comes from knowing you're the best. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup. One love.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 11th through the 18th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out Renew PM, the ultimate nighttime recovery formula. Fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed. Renew PM can only be found at Nutrition Authority, the home of better than internet pricing. Own the night with Renew PM. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Football game days are fun for the whole family, but not every child is ready for 4 quarters in the stadium. That's why the Lincoln Children's Museum offers game day play dates for kids ages 5 to 12. While you enjoy the game, your kids enjoy their own adventure at the museum, conveniently located just steps from the stadium. Registration required. And the fun isn't just on game days. The museum is open 6 days a week with 3 floors of hands-on play and activities. Out-of-town families, make the most of your weekend in Lincoln. Visit lincolnchildrensmuseum.org.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Comfort food, but make it vegan. At Rutabagas, they're serving all your crave-worthy classics. Mac and cheese, loaded nachos, Philly cheesesteaks, all 100% plant-powered and 100% delicious. Catch them at their cozy spot at 70th and Vine, or find their food truck rolling through the streets of Lincoln. So whether you're vegan, veg curious, or just hungry for comfort food with a twist, Rutabagas has a plate waiting for you. Find them on Instagram for their food truck location and specials. Rutabagas, where comfort meets compassion. For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert, driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of BJ Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good! Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, welcome to this tremendous Tuesday. It is not sunny outside. The birds are still chirping. It's still a beautiful morning out, man, and I am glad to see a little respite from the heat. Nicholas, what's your middle name, Nick?
We are not. I don't want to talk about it here.
You can't tell me your middle name?
I don't necessarily share my middle name.
My middle name is Christopher.
Okay, well, that's fine. I just don't openly share my middle name.
What's the initial?
A.
Andrew?
No.
Anthony?
No.
Alex?
No.
Tell me if I'm getting close.
You have not gotten close.
Amos?
No.
Andrew?
No. You already said Andrew.
Andrew?
We're already at the beginning. You don't even know.
I don't know.
You won't be able to guess.
You know, I can tell from you're pretty sensitive about stuff like a middle name.
Not at all. No,
I
just don't. There's very few select people that I allow to call.
Oh,
and not you.
No.
Air,
You
fine.
just said select, so I'm not in that select group.
No,
Even though I love
AD,
you,
actually, you are part of the select group. The people listening, I'm sorry, not in that select group. I don't need people texting in my first and middle name. That's the honest truth of it.
So that's what you get worried about?
It's not even that I get worried about it.
You just don't want that.
I just don't need
You just don't want that smoke.
No.
Is it a rep? Is the name that's a pretty cool middle name?
I don't think so. I mean, it's the same middle name as my dad and my grandpa, so we just pass it down.
That's good lineage, though, man.
It is.
That's good lineage.
Yeah, I'll happily tell you off the air. Or I see that David already texted it in, so that's great.
See, how did David know and I didn't know?
David just know. I don't know.
DF, I'm glad you spilled the beans.
Yeah.
I'm going to respect Nick and
Thank
honor
you.
Nick.
Thank you.
For about until the next segment.
Yeah, exactly.
No, is that really it?
Yeah.
I didn't see David's yet. Dude, that's a cool middle name.
No, it's fine.
What?
It's fine.
You know how many famous people have that name?
I don't. How many?
A lot.
Oh, really?
I'm going to respect that.
I should be able to look this up. Hold on.
Somebody said Archibald. Somebody said Augustus. Oh, Crowbait, that's wrong. He goes Amber.
It is not Amber.
John and Cortland, he says try Ephraim.
Yeah. Not that either.
And Brad, good morning. It is not Aaron. But dude, I like that middle name.
Thank you.
I like it.
Thank you. It rolls off the tongue with Nicholas.
It does. It does. Nick, I'm going to show you this when I
Whoa.
It's called a dot. Have you seen these before?
Is that the?
It's a business card.
Okay.
But it's metal. You upload all your contact information.
Yeah.
And instead of me, because remember I asked you just 2 weeks ago about business cards, where to get them printed up at? Nick, I don't like. First of all, my wallet is bulky enough from I
all that cash.
No, I clean it out all
from
the time.
All the Viola.
Because you know me, Nick. I am very regimented.
I do know that about you.
I got to have cleanliness and order, and so I didn't want to bulk up the wallet. So I'm like, so I was at that hustle conference last week, and I've seen these dots before. Some people have them on the back of their phone. It's a magnet.
Sure.
You just tap another phone, it gives you the information. But I was at that event. In fact, it was in Blackstone last week, where the reception was the night before. Warren Buffett's building is located. You talk about security.
Oh, I would imagine.
Oh, you weren't just walking.
He doesn't want Nebraska getting in there to get that $40 million roster.
Regulators.
Yeah.
Warren B instead of Warren G.
Exactly.
So I was, talking to a bunch of dudes up there, and they had their dot. We were exchanging information. The three guys I was talking to all had this on their phones.
Okay.
Or the card.
Yeah.
And so my buddy that I just met, their office, they're located out of there. he says, AD, he goes, dude, get one of these. Name is Tyler. And Tyler's a good dude, man. In fact, we're going to have him on a show. He played basketball at Creighton.
Okay.
And does some voice commentary for those guys announcing. Real cool cat. And so I ordered this dot card. If you guys exchange cards a lot and you upload your information, and Nick, when I go back and get my wallet, it's just a single metal card. They scan it with their QR and it uploads information.
Nice.
And there is Jackaroo outside. The man,
he's got his dot.
The legend.
He's showing us
Jack's
his
got
dot.
one too. Jack, I didn't know that.
There it is.
Jack, next time I see, we're gonna have the dot.
Okay.
Dot each other's phones up, man. And Jack gives away, and of course, we're going to read about Jack Russell here in a little bit. Your Farm Bureau Federation. He's the man, the myth, the legend himself. But Nick, I'm going to show you that the next.
Yeah,
break,
this is
man.
cool. They're also not as expensive as I thought they were going to be.
I think it was what, $50 what I paid for?
Yeah. You could buy some bootleg ones for $28.
Yeah, I don't get those because then you're not guaranteed it's going to function the way it's. I did some reviews on those cheaper ones.
Oh yeah,
and it was kind of like, the reviews weren't as good.
Well, what do we got here? This is a little dot card, digital business card, tab compatible, $27.99.
They are sweet, dude. They are sweet. Nick, we got a full show today, folks. We're going to dive into first kind of the NFL roundup, and there's a few teams that I'm just like. We're going to have Lombardi speak for us about it next segment.
Yeah.
Because there's some teams that I'm just wondering what is going on. I'm sure they are as well. We'll discuss that. NFL recap. There was a heck of a game last night in Washington. Definitely not going the Washington football team's favor. Ooh. And I tell you, there's something going on up in where Jay used to play it. I'll just leave it
in Buffalo. I would say that also, how about Bijan Robinson?
Oh, my God. Nick, when we first met, I loved how you said, because when he played at Texas, you would say Bijan. Say it.
Bijan Robinson.
Oh, and he ran as smooth as his name sounded last night.
Yeah, he was good. I mean, he is so good. Now, I think it's crazy because I think the one issue, maybe not the one issue. I think one of the things that Atlanta can get better at is at quarterback.
Yeah.
Right? Like I think, they drafted Michael Penix 8th overall a couple of years ago while they had Kirk Cousins and while they have Kirk Cousins still on their roster. And they obviously, Michael Penix is the starter, but there were some really bad throws. And late in the game, there was a throw that probably should have been intercepted by Buffalo. He threw it into double coverage down inside the Buffalo 30-yard line when Atlanta was up by a touchdown with just a couple of minutes left. He threw it into double coverage. It should have been picked off. And trying to get the ball to Drake London, and they kind of caught a break because the defensive back wasn't able to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there, which we'll definitely discuss in the NFL. Of course, at 9:30, we'll hop into that. 9:45 history, and 10 o'clock, the Matt Rule presser yesterday. And I want to get your thoughts and insight. Nick, just your initial thoughts on it before we dive into that at 10 o'clock. I want to get your input, too, on what you thought. Was there anything confirmed, non-confirmed, et cetera, in your opinion? Because everybody can hear the same thing, see the same thing, and have various thoughts or opinions on it. So, again, text us in on the follow text line at 402-464-5685. We'll discuss that at 10 and probably carry over that until 10:30 as well. And maybe dab a little bit into the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Nebraska plays them, of course, 7 o'clock Friday night. Tomorrow, we'll definitely be covering a lot about them, what's going on with PJ Fleck and that crew. Nick, initial thoughts on the presser yesterday?
I know there's a lot of people out there. I'll say this. I don't see it very reassuring. That's my thought there. I think that, simply put, Matt Rule still just needs to win. Like I'm confident in saying that it's not like there's a deal done, obviously, but I'm confident in saying that if Matt Rule wins, I think it's his job to lose ultimately. Now, if Matt Rule and Nebraska loses the next couple of games or a couple of the next games, then that's where it starts to get a little interesting. I know a lot of people thought, oh, maybe it was a leverage play. Maybe it was this. Maybe it was that. I understand how you can maybe come across and feel that way. I didn't find it very reassuring for Husker fans because I'm so firm in the camp AD of that you can love two things. I'm in this context. Everything he says about Nebraska can be true. Everything he says about how much he loves Nebraska can be true. But also he can still love Penn State even more. And he can still love his alma mater and still have a dream job of coaching at his alma mater. So that's where I until Penn State makes a hire, I'm going to think that Matt Rule is the leader. And I'm going to think that Matt Rule is going to move and be Penn State's next head coach until they make a hire. And so, or until I hear something else, otherwise, else, that I actually believe in.
the confliction of emotions as you just kind of, listen, watch, tune in to different sources, etc. They're national. ESPN had the presser on their ticker, ESPN Plus News or whatever it was yesterday. And it's funny to me, not funny, it's interesting to where the fans that want him to stay are bringing up the part that makes him not a good candidate to leave. They're saying, well, he hasn't won anything yet, so why do they want him? But we want him to stay here.
Yeah. And I just like this. Don't get me wrong. Once again, like I got a lot of negative texts sent my way, both on this show and when I filled in with Bach at 11 a.m. About how I was like trying to pack his bags for him and trying to show him the door. Let me make it very clear. I do not want to cover coach turnover. I do not want to cover coach changes and coach leaves. And I don't want this. I want Nebraska to keep some stability. I want Nebraska to have Matt Rule for the next couple of years. Nebraska's locked in with him. Nebraska's going through a very important time. We think this year's important. How about what next year or the following year could be? There's a lot of residual factors that will be affected if Matt Rule decides to leave, or on the flip side, if he decides to stay in the positive way for Nebraska. So I do not want Nebraska to be searching for a head coach. But what I want and what I think will happen are two different things. And that's just the honest truth of it. Because I do think Nebraska will continue to win. I think Nebraska wins Friday against Minnesota. I think they win against Northwestern next Saturday. And then I think that sets up a really good opportunity for them to win against USC the first week of November. And when all those things happen, naturally, whether it's Matt Rule at Nebraska talking about Penn State, whether it's not even the Penn State job being open or not, when you have a good coach and teams feel like you are a program that they can pick from, they are going to court your coaches.
Right.
And I would be confident in Nebraska being able to keep Matt Rule specifically if any other job courted him except for Penn State.
Yeah, I tell you, Nick, it makes, like I said, there's a lot of things out there going on, rumors swirling, etc., which, as you know, you got to read between that stuff very carefully with a very fine filter. A very check the sources and the validity, etc. But as of right now, like I said, this is where we're at. We'll discuss that in depth at 10 o'clock, of course, and just the ramifications of the unknown and what that does to a program, etc. What we do know is Matt Rule is the football coach at the University of Nebraska, and that's where we are today, October 14th. And October 14th, I want to give a shout out to my father-in-law, Jeff Beatty. Man, happy birthday to the big fella.
Ah, happy birthday.
75 years old today, and he's in the field. He's going to be in the field. 75 years. I was talking to him when I was traveling to Manhattan last week. When I was coming back, actually, I said, what you going to do on your birthday? He goes, what I've done the past 65 or 70, I'll be on that combine.
There you go.
So he'll be in the field. So happy birthday to Jeff. I appreciate him. Love him like crazy. He's been a father-in-law who has been like, I've been blessed with two dads.
Yeah.
My natural father and Jeff, like I said, he is stuck by my side through thick, thin, when I've made knuckleheaded mistakes. No judgment, just loved on me. Business decisions, I run it by him all the time. What do you think? Let me mull it around a little bit. And there's a reason why that farm has been there for over 100 years and very successful, because they're just solid people. And Jeff I call him the big fella. You've met him before, man, a number of times. And so happy birthday to Dad, man. I hope you enjoy your time out there today in the fields and it cooperates. So, folks, we're going into this weekend's game, Friday's game, and it seems like, we just got done with the game. And then you have the bombshell, of course, of the Penn State firing. And the reality is this, Nick. Here is my concern going into Friday night. There's a lot of distraction.
Sure.
And Minnesota's the type of team that goes, yeah. Without distraction, PJ Fleck has had our number. Then you bring in the distractions like this. How do you keep the guys' heads dialed in on the field where you can control compared to the wire that you cannot control? That's going to be a major task for every single one of those coaches down there, for the whole department down there, to keep the young men dialed in on the only thing they can control, and that's the 50 yards wide, 100 yards long field. And Minnesota doesn't give two rat's tails what's going on in Nebraska. They looking just to knock that head in is what they're doing.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I'm excited to be in Minnesota for it. I just think that, the things that are on the line here for Nebraska, when you talk about the opportunity to potentially be bowl eligible by October 17th
is insane.
It is crazy to think about. What used to be a normality for us as fans and consumers of Husker football has become a rarity.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as it starts to, and this is where, okay, like this is the honest, I think, unfiltered feelings about this whole situation that Nebraska fans are going through this week, is there's a little bit of, I don't want to say woe is me mentality, but there's a little bit of like, oh, come on, really? As soon as Nebraska starts to look like they have a pulse, we have turmoil, there's going to be a potential stirrup. Like, I think that's where a lot of Husker fans are struggling with all of this, is because I don't want to necessarily say denial, but Nebraska, think about what we're talking about. Nebraska has an opportunity these last 2 years. They were 5-1 overall to start the last 2 seasons. Nebraska hasn't been that. Mm-hmm. Nebraska hasn't shown signs of life in almost a decade before this. And so now that they do, there's all this national talk about their head coach leaving and going back to his alma mater. And so I understand that we don't want to talk about, Nebraska and Penn State and Matt Rule and everything. But once again, is when it's all said and done, this is where I think a lot of Husker fans feel this. Oh, seriously? As soon as it looked like we were getting out of the doldrums, are we about to go back because of things that are out of our control? And it really does suck. It really sucks, because the stability is something that I think everybody, whether you're at Nebraska, Missouri, Texas A&M, everybody longs for stability.
It's something to where the juxtaposition of opinions. You got people in Wisconsin a lot that are saying, get rid of our coach, get rid of our coach.
Yeah.
You got a lot of folks here, and not all, I never want to make a blanket statement for all, that are saying, how do we keep our coach? And that's that same conversation, that same, conflict of emotions is going on at several campuses right now. And as we talked about yesterday, Nick, there will be more. There will be more before this year's out. Maybe before we know, before this month is out.
Yeah,
there could be more. You look at the NFL yesterday. The Titans got rid of their head coach. Yesterday,
Brian Callahan.
Fired Callahan, 1-5, 1-6, whatever his record was, got rid of him. So it's that time of month. There's Black Friday that comes after Thanksgiving. Well, I tell you what, the month of October and September was Black Fridays early for a lot of coaches, or Black Sundays, or whenever they lost the game. So a lot of change on the horizon in the college landscape. Yesterday, if we go to break and we'll come back. One thing that Joe Klatt, of course, of Fox Sports, he, in his own way, he broke it down in 3 categories. He goes, it's got to be the big swing.
Yeah.
He goes, a proven, splashy hire, and he mentioned like Kurt Cignetti. He goes, it has to be a fit, someone who understands Penn State culture. And then he goes on to say the unproven up-and-comer. He mentioned OSU OC Brian Hartline on that one. But Klatt also said Rule fits the fit mold perfectly. He goes, he's a Penn State guy through and through. But again, that is just going to be left up to Dr. Kraft and the brass that be. So we just never know what's going on. It's not like that Joe Klatt is the end-all be-all. But at the same time, he's got a pretty good pulse. A number of other pundits. I was surprised to hear Paul Feinbaum chime in and say some pleasant things about Rule and company. But you just, like I said, all these things are just rumors. And Nick, and to your point, as an alumnus and as a former guy, I hate the cloud of the unknown around the program. I just I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. I can't stand it.
It feels like it could be unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's this feeling for Husker fans, I think, of just, why us? Why when can we catch a break? Consistently catch a break.
Yeah. And Nick, you look at some old heads like myself, we've been dealing with this change since 2001, 24 years whenever 01 when Coach Solich was let go. So it's just kind of like, dang, again. But nevertheless, we don't know what's going to happen yet. But just the uncertainty is the part that do not sit well. Nick, I know you've been on your phone like crazy people. And I just put mine on mute. I looked at your text yesterday and was checking it. But during the afternoon when I'm trying to get things done, I just put it on mute because I was like, I'm not answering all these questions, man.
Yeah.
As far as that goes. Nevertheless, folks, we'll be right back. We'll talk some NFL and a few teams that have just got Lombardi out of the grave, saying his famous line from the sideline. We'll have history after that. All things Nebraska football at 10 o'clock, probably for the entirety of the rest of the show. It's The Drive, 93.7 A Ticket.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Verne as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Football game days are fun for the whole family, but not every child is ready for 4 quarters in the stadium. That's why the Lincoln Children's Museum offers game day play dates for kids ages 5 to 12. While you enjoy the game, your kids enjoy their own adventure at the museum, conveniently located just steps from the stadium. Registration required. And the fun isn't just on game days. The museum is open 6 days a week with 3 floors of hands-on play and activities. Out-of-town families, make the most of your weekend in Lincoln. Visit lincolnchildrensmuseum.org.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a chance of scattered showers throughout the day. Otherwise, cloudy skies with a high around 67. Tonight, cloudy skies continuing with light winds, a low around 61. And tomorrow, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day. It'll be breezy, the high near 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com. Comfort food, but make it vegan. At Rutabagas, they're serving all your crave-worthy classics. Mac and cheese, loaded nachos, Philly cheesesteaks, all 100% plant-powered and 100% delicious. Catch them at their cozy spot at 70th and Vine, or find their food truck rolling through the streets of Lincoln. So whether you're vegan, veg curious, or just hungry for comfort food with a twist, Rutabagas has a plate waiting for you. Find them on Instagram for their food truck location and specials. Rutabagas, where comfort meets compassion.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back on this tremendous Tuesday. It is brought to you by our good friend Jack Russell. This segment, the man that just rolled down O Street. I think he's going to fight class, Nick. Krav Maga. What he does quite a bit. Jack is lethal with those weapons, and also he's lethal with those awesome services. Folks, he's been a well representative since 1999, and Jack can help protect your family, your home, your vehicle, even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or in Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Services can help you. Nick, there's some organizations that are in some serious trouble right now in the NFL. Pete, I'm sorry, brother. I love you, Pete Ferguson. I love my Cowboy buddies. But it's got to be, as Jake would say, some type of hell to be a Cowboys fan.
Absolutely.
Nick, what is going on there? You go and lose to Carolina, who's now 3-3?
Hey, Carolina's okay.
They've stepped it up.
Rico Dowdle's been running like a man that has his head on fire.
But a team as talented as Dallas is, I know they're battling some injuries,
they're
etc.
battling some bruises.
But it seems like Dallas is always in. And first of all, as a Steelers fan, I can't talk because believe me, I get it. Not to that extent.
Hey, you guys have a good offense.
Yeah, I can't get it to that extent.
How about Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, he's carving them up.
You didn't even want him.
No, that's not true. I didn't want the tent Aaron Rodgers. I like the football Aaron Rodgers, not the one out in the tent.
Okay.
Doing who knows what.
Okay.
I like this Aaron Rodgers. So what he does when he's not, at Heinz Field or Acrisure Field.
There it is. Yeah, it's not Heinz anymore.
Yeah, Acrisure Field. I'm still thinking Three Rivers in my old days.
I know.
I don't care what he does. Just make sure you take care of business. But, you look in Dallas right now, Nick, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who are, because you either love Dallas or you hate Dallas. There's very few people in the middle. I don't love Dallas, but I don't hate him either.
So you're one of the few people.
Yeah, I probably am, because either we ask, I hate the Cowboys, or we them boys. It's one or the other for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm neutral because I do like Dak. I do like CeeDee Lamb, but doggone, it's just, Nick, what is going on? If you're just on a from afar, what's going on in Dallas?
Well, the running back situation is interesting. I don't know if Javonte Williams long-term is an option or an answer for them. You remember what they used to have with Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, that's when Dallas's offense really started to take off, was when Zeke was in his prime. And obviously Zeke isn't the answer anymore. But then they go after that. They try to fill it with Rico Dowdle, who was fine, but then he goes to Carolina and now is featured in a different way. And so I think that's one thing there. you can't get out of the way of Jerry Jones, right? Like Jerry Jones can't get out of his own way, I think is what it is. And I think it's just injuries. Like CeeDee Lamb is one of the top wide receivers in the league when he's healthy. And when he's not healthy, whether he's on the Cowboys or whether he's on a really good organization, that's going to cause issues. That's going to cause instability and some, issues on offense. And so naturally, I think you can have as good of a quarterback as you want, but when your top wide receiver goes down, you can only ask Jake Ferguson to do so much.
The play that CeeDee Lamb got hurt on was a boneheaded play anyway to have him out of the backfield. That could happen any play, but it's like you don't increase the chances.
I also wonder the head coach decision, right? Like, Dallas, I feel like Dallas, and maybe internally people know more about it than I do, but like, I feel like they could have swung a little bit bigger, and instead they hired internally. When they let go of Mike McCarthy, when they parted ways with Mike McCarthy, they go with their offensive coordinator, Brian Schottenheimer. And it's like, you feel like you probably could have swung a little bit heftier and gotten an actual name. But we also see organizations do this all the time. Well, not necessarily hire internally, but where they kind of go less than what they probably could go. I think Brian Callahan with the Tennessee Titans is a perfect example. Now Brian Callahan's fired, right? But it's just, for whatever reason, Dallas just cannot get everything going in the same direction at the same time, and that's really causing issues.
You talking about that rushing for Dallas. He was 13 carries for only 29 yards.
Yeah.
The other day against the Panthers. Meanwhile, Dowdle had 30 carries for $183 on that tail.
Well, and that was the second straight. That was the second straight week that Rico Dowdle's just gone off, man. I mean, I would say this. Watch. I mean, as in terms of young quarterbacks that are having a couple of good weeks, Bryce Young's one of them. And there's a lot that you can point to.
Too,
yeah, you can point to it a lot to where quarterbacks, a lot of them that are first overall picks, they do not they do not end up doing well. Caleb Williams is kind of in that conversation. They won last night, sure, but Bryce Young has been one that has been heavily scrutinized. Dave Canales, the head coach of the Carolina Panthers, has been heavily criticized as well. And ultimately, Carolina's done a really good job. Nobody in the league spends more on their offensive line than the Carolina Panthers do. Part of that's because you have to pay the bad team tax. Second off is they've used 2 first-round picks on wide receivers at the skill position. In McMillan from Arizona this last year, they drafted him in the top 10. But then also a couple of years ago, they drafted Xavier Legette. And so they've utilized a couple of first-round picks. And then guess what? They also went out and got an RB1 and Rico Dowdle from Dallas in the free agency pool. So
you can get a chip on his shoulder when he played.
I watched that game. I watched that game between Dallas and Carolina. You could see the way
smoke out of his ears.
Yeah. There was no doubt. So, but give credit to Carolina, because for as bad of an organization group as they've been, and as bad of an owner as Tepper's been, at the end of the day, the GM and Dave Canales have done a really nice job of surrounding their number 1 overall pick from a couple of years ago out of Alabama with guys around him. So then that way, if things still go poorly, you can't blame things around him. You've
equipped them.
Yeah, you've equipped them. And that's where Chicago's run into issues in past years. That's where Cleveland has run into countless issues. And so time and time again, it's how can we avoid the potential for excuses down the road?
Nick, you look at, what does Lombardi have to say right now?
What the hell's going on out here?
I love that clip. This morning when I was putting this kind of the joint down together, Nick, it literally said, I was looking at the stats. I was like, what in the hell? I mean, Baltimore. But Nick, they put in 2 quarterbacks. Cooper Rush started. He was 11 of 19 for only 17 yards at the INT. They figured we're going to try Huntley as well. He did a little bit better, but he was sacked 4 times. He was 10 of 15. Now, the big boy, Derrick Henry, the big unit, got his. He was 24 for $122. But, Nick, they still only conjured up 3 points.
Yeah.
What Harbaugh has never had a season like this, first of all. And you got to look at, obviously, the injury with Lamar. So I get that. But even when he was healthy, Nick, they were still losing. Is this just one?
Yeah.
Is this just a one-off for them?
I think it's a one-off. Number one, the defense is bad. That's the side of the ball more so than I'm concerned about, because they have a lot of really good players like Matabuke and Kyle Hamilton, and I mean they have a lot of really good players, and they've put a lot of effort into boosting up that defense. The inability to run Derrick Henry is what's most alarming to me, I think, because that's been something that when things go awry, when Lamar Jackson's having a bad game, or when Lamar Jackson's not playing, they can lean on Derrick Henry, rightfully so. And I don't think it's Derrick Henry's washed or Derrick Henry's towards the back end of his career. I don't think that's the case at all.
For over $1.
I think that ultimately, Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator, is in an interesting spot. I also then on top of that, they got to figure out a way to handle and figure out their defense.
Do you see
not good?
Do you see Harbaugh making a season change as far as coordinator?
No, I don't. I don't think you make one. Now, what I think happens or what should happen is might be different. Maybe he does make a change. I don't think he should. I mean, 1 year, you can blame it to injuries. Monken can say, "Hey, look, look what I've done when Lamar's been healthy. Look what I've done in the past couple of seasons." I just don't think. I think you're fine.
Cubsker says, "It's so good to watch the Baltimore and Browns be awful. It fills my heart with some joy." And Brad from Baldwin, yes, our Steelers are balling out. Nick,
the problem is that the Steelers are in a good division.
They all suck except us, right?
Or excuse me, yeah, they're all bad.
I mean, it's horrible right now. But my thing with Pittsburgh, and I'm sure Brad and the other Steelers fans out there, we don't want to be our own worst enemy. At times, Pittsburgh can kind of tend to play at the level of competition. So I hope the Steelers, have gotten out of that. But I'll tell you this real quick before we dive into the last one. Aaron Rodgers has elevated that offense. The throws he's been making, there's not a quarterback on their roster they've had in the past since Ben that would have made those throws. I mean, I'm going to say this, throws a better ball than Ben as far as that goes. Ben had the other things as far as the size, the running ability, etc. But the passes he's putting on some of these guys are just insane. And you know what, Nick? This is still like a new toy for me and other Steelers fans. We're not used to seeing that.
Yeah.
See, with Goff, I mean, you're used to seeing balls put in places like, okay, where only the receiver could get it.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant with my game.
No, I'm saying,
okay, with like professional
game.
With
the quarterbacks we've had for the Steelers, it was everywhere the receiver couldn't get it.
Yeah.
So it's still it's a novelty for me to watch the Steelers in just multiple.
You still kind of wince when they throw the ball.
Yes, I do. It was kind of like when Nebraska would catch a punt return.
As that camera pans, you're like, oh no, is there even going to be a black and gold jersey in the area?
So it's been fun. This is the second week in a row. Well, the Steelers didn't play last week, the off week, but it's the second time this year so far to where the Huskers won on Saturday, the Steelers won on Sunday.
Yeah.
The one a couple weeks was even better because the Steelers won, Huskers won, and Iowa lost. So it was the trifecta.
That's even better.
It was the trifecta.
My week sucked. Other than Nebraska win.
You had a rough one, man.
Yeah.
You had a rough because the thing that was so tough about yours was with your Cubs, there's no next week. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? And they had a heck of a run. So I get that aspect. And Detroit, going to KC real quick, and before we go to this next team real fast. Detroit's going to be just fine.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
They're going to be just fine. They just got to stop Branch from, fighting people after the game and stuff like that, and they'll be all right.
Hey, after how I heard Dan Campbell at the post game talking about Brian Branch,
I was surprised he's still there.
That is, well, I no, he's good. They need to keep him. But I think that more so is Dan Campbell is probably one of the least, or is pretty high on the list of guys that I would not want to piss off or disappoint.
Hey, Nick, even if I had pads on, I'd be scared to fight that dude because he's the type to where you hit him in a chin, he starts bleeding. He goes, "Yeah, that's how I like it."
Yeah, he's a little scary. He's a little scary.
Nick, what does Lombardi say about the Bills?
Oh, jeez, I'm not even ready. Jeez,
What the hell's going on out here?
Nick, you don't lose to Atlanta.
Oh, I'm higher on Atlanta than a lot of people. I like Atlanta.
I like Atlanta too.
I think they
have
a good coach.
Should not be losing that game.
No. I mean, they should.
And it's not a knock against Atlanta. It's just Buffalo is way further in their franchise as far as veteran leadership, maturity, and
better quarterback.
Buffalo's lost right now, man. And as Allen said as much even on the podium. You know what I'm saying? They're a lost team right now, and it's. I did not think I would see this from Buffalo, a team that the past 4 or 5 years has been scraping, almost got the door open, and then KC shuts it on their foot and then stomps their toes. And for them to come out this flat has been a little surprising, bro. And after they came back against, the Ravens a month ago, it seemed like, okay, this team is destined to say, hey, we're not repeating this. But these past 2 weeks have been rough, man.
Yeah, it hasn't been great. I think Buffalo will be fine. The big question, they'll make the playoffs and everything will be fine. And then the big question will arise on if they're a quality organization, if they can get over the hump that Josh Allen just hasn't been able to. That's the big thing. And Bijan Robinson's a top 5 player in the NFL.
Well, it doesn't help when you look at these numbers from Allen. Only 180 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions and 4 sacks. Cook only mustered up about 87 yards rushing. And you look at the receivers, I mean, Palmer at 60. There's a few others sprinkled at 30 and 20 and 10. It was just a game to where Atlanta just punched them in the mouth and repeatedly kept doing it.
Yeah.
And you got a running back, you give up 170 yards to 170 and 18 carries. He was averaging 9 yards a carry.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be tough to win football games. But to your point, Buffalo's going to be just fine. Just like I feel even Philadelphia is going to be fine. Only thing that concerns me about Philadelphia, but Nick, is the inter-fighting that's going on. That's kind of raised some flags. When KC was struggling, it's like, hey, we'll do this. Buffalo's just kind of the bicker and arguing going for it. So who knows what's going to happen there, but I see them getting this thing straightened out. Folks, when we come back, we got the history segment for you. It's The Drive, 93.7 A Ticket.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Brown Brothers Construction would like to remind all motorists that each year thousands of people die or are seriously injured because of a reckless driver. When you get on the road, do yourself, your family, and your community a favor when you drive in child-populated areas. Remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Brown Brothers Construction, specializing in general commercial construction and remodeling services and new commercial construction. Brown Brothers Construction, on the air because they truly care.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out Renew PM, the ultimate nighttime recovery formula. Fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed. Renew PM can only be found at Nutrition Authority, the home of better than internet pricing. Own the night with Renew PM. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are. Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Byrne as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. We're back. Cam and Valparaiso, what's up? Yes, sir. Big week this week, Aaron. Thursday night, Bengals, baby. They are wearing white Bengal in Nebraska. Friday night, wearing white icy whites. Nick, what do you think about the white uniforms of Nebraska?
I mean, I know a lot of people think that it means that Nebraska's going to lose and they've lost in the past in the whites and stuff. You know what I think it reminds me of? A whiteout at Penn State. But anyway, I was joking. I'm joking.
You had to go there, didn't you, Nick?
It is funny.
You had to go there.
I mean, it is funny.
Come on, man.
It's funny. You know, that
was good. That was good. You know,
we had to wear the icy whites. You had to wear the all whites.
I think that decision was made before this came out, though, man.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I'm just one that I don't care what uniforms they wear.
Could care
I
less.
don't care what the helmets look like, as long as you got that N on there in some shape or form. Just win. And that's my philosophy. Just win. I don't care what you got on out there. Just go win the dadgum game as far as that goes.
That's right.
Nick, a little history pertains to Nebraska football. This is a no-brainer. You'll get this. The listeners may get it. The listeners will get it too. It's kind of an easy one. Has Nebraska ever had a coach that left for another job without being fired? A head coach.
Ooh. I don't know this answer.
I'm not sure either.
I don't.
I know.
So you asked the question without even knowing?
That's how you learn.
Oh, my word.
To my knowledge.
I don't think Nebraska has. No.
To my knowledge, I don't know if it's happened in the modern era. I'll put that out there as the little disclaimer, as the modern era. Text line, let us know on the Allo text line, 402-464-5685. Has a Nebraska head coach in football ever left Nebraska for another head coaching job without being fired? DF says nope.
Don't listen to Drumstick.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Drumstick.
Good. I don't know. Nebraska has not.
I don't
But
think,
not, especially not in recent memory. Not anywhere close to.
Brad dug in a little bit. Pete Elliott possibly left for Michigan in 57 or 58. So yeah, I Drumsticks, it's true.
Well, you spelled it wrong, Drumstick. So we have to correct it. We have to make sure that we're all
niggas like I'm AD's interpreter.
Yes, yeah, we have to clear this through the proper channels first.
But yeah, that is this your question, because I was thinking about it. I don't know of a Nebraska coach in modern era, who has left Nebraska. We've had him obviously come here. You know, Bob DeVayden came from Wyoming back in the 60s to come to Nebraska. And then obviously it was Coach Osborne, and it was, you got Frank, of course. And then after Frank, you got Callahan. And after Callahan, you got Bo, and then Bo to Riley, and Riley to Frosty.
Yep.
And that didn't go well. None of them went well except Bo for the most part. I mean, besides Osborne and Frank, of course. Yeah. And you know what, Nick? Here's my cautionary tale to schools who fire a coach that's doing well. Look at Nebraska.
I think sure. Yeah, I suppose so.
You can throw in, NIL, is that part of it?
Yeah.
Yes, all those things. But because of NIL, and a coach is still winning at a pretty high clip.
We have to remember how bad the athletic department was, though. There was Nebraska. There were some bad eggs.
Exactly.
In the athletic department.
And that just galvanizes my point. You better make sure that you are sealed up, lockstep, and key with everybody.
Yeah.
Because if football is your front door, if that's your front door light to your organization, to your state, your porch light to your organization, man, that's the ripple effect is very detrimental to everything involved. So again, you just got, even with the people in Clemson, man, with Dabo, you get rid of this guy. Okay. All right. Be careful what you ask for. It's a very slippery slope. And Nick, to your point, when you got a bad athletic department and it's very toxic, it just spills over to everything. And we experienced that firsthand. Notes being slipped under doors and all sorts of bull crap like that was happening. In Nebraska, like I said, it took us a while. It's still taking us a while to rebuild this thing to where it's reputable. I'm not talking about national championship caliber at this point, but just where you're relevant. Because Nebraska, the reality is, and it kills me to even say this, but Nebraska has been irrelevant for a number of years, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just the bottom line.
Yeah, I just think I wonder if Nebraska had different leadership in the athletic department after they moved on from Bo Pelini, how it would be different. If they would have, as much as we got along with Mike Riley, I wonder how different it would have been if Nebraska was able to maybe swing a little bit bigger of a stick or had a little bit more of a respectable guy in the office to where they could hire somebody away. Mm-hmm. Because think about where Nebraska was at as a program at that point. You're one step away, essentially. You're consistently a 9-win team. So I understand where you're coming from, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. I would also add, though, that you can get away with it if you have a respectable leader. But a lot of times respectable leaders and guys that know what they're doing aren't usually making those types of decisions.
And Nick, you nailed it, because the reason why the coaching carousal, you'd have been too young. But I know you read about it. That's why the hiring of Callahan was such a fiasco.
Yeah,
because
the coaching carousels,
it was leadership, and you had coaches that were like, "I'm not working for that guy."
Yeah, the coaching carousels these last couple of years, and then this year is going to be, something that I don't think we've ever seen. I think I would equate and actually put it up to a little bit more that this year's coaching carousel is going to be
a whirlwind.
Well, I think it's going to be crazier than it was the year with Brian Kelly and Lincoln Riley. I think that's the most bizarre one that I can remember, and truly remember from start to finish. And then, I think when you look at this year's jobs that are already open and the ones that are about to be open, I think this year is going to top every year of coaching carousels that we know.
Well, Nick, and I think it does because of the caliber of schools that have open and vacant positions, and ones that most likely will if things continue to go on the trajectory they are right now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're looking literally, Nick, at potentially, if things don't turn around, Florida State and Florida getting rid of their coaches this year.
Yeah, that's right. And then it's like, once again, the residual effects of those places hiring coaches from where, and where do then they go, and it just creates this trickle down effect.
Because coaches that are coaching great right now in one place,
yeah,
I mean, we're the example of that. There will be calls made to their agents.
Well, and let's not be naive here. That also coaches that are not even in conversations to take current opening jobs are having conversations with places that might have their head coach taken and say, "Hey, I'm interested if it opens up."
Like, hey, you want to grease my palm a little bit here?
Yeah,
a little more
like,
cheese.
hey, I know you guys still currently have a coach, but if he leaves, I want in.
And to your point, this new world of agents, everything else, coaches ain't got to say nothing. It's make hey Rick, make that phone call.
Yep, exactly.
Folks, we'll be back. We're going to listen to Rules Presser from yesterday. Today we have the coordinators, so it'll be Butler and Hoagie that'll be on the mic. We'll have that for you tomorrow. But right now, when we come back, we'll have Coach Rules Presser. It's The Drive, 97 Ticket.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a chance of scattered showers throughout the day. Otherwise, cloudy skies with a high around 67. Tonight, cloudy skies continuing with light winds, a low around 61. And tomorrow, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day. It'll be breezy, the high near 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Byrne as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
I can't believe I just scratched that card. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Mike Smith, founder of The Bay. Join me every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. for your weekly Disrupt, where me and local misfits will interrupt your drive time with this week's most interesting stories in sports, entrepreneurship, and culture. So tune in to your weekly Disrupt every Tuesday afternoon on 93.7 The Ticket, where disruption is just a phone call away.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Copple Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Copple is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Copple Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at copplecars.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of BJ Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, folks, it is Tremendous Tuesday. We are back. It's some precipitation taking place down here at 1040 O Street. Nick, I'm going to winterize my sprinklers, man. I shut them off, man, last week.
Winterize.
Yeah, turned the switch off. I'm like, you know what? I got to aerate it last week. Big shout out to my cousin, Brett Christensen. Sent the guy over, took care of that. And the aerating the yard. I mean, just I like a good lawn, Nick. You know what I'm saying?
I do too.
I'm very meticulous.
I just need a lawn to like.
But you got your nice patio out there, man. You live in the bachelor life. Life is
I
good.
am.
Yeah, you got time for all that lawn
I'm all by
stuff.
myself.
You got time for the lawn stuff. You're 24 years old. No, you go in the garage, you bail, you come back, you get in there. That's all you got to worry about.
It is great.
Yeah.
Pull right in the garage. I love garages.
You don't want to worry about those domestic duties at 24.
No,
man.
I don't want responsibilities.
No, man. Enjoy that.
I'm traveling too much anyway.
Yeah, you are. Dallas. Folks.
Minnesota this week.
Yes.
Chicago last week.
Hey, where are you staying at up there?
In Minneapolis?
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody's staying at the Courtyard Marriott right next to the stadium, let me know.
Next to the talk about me and my hotel.
Stop it.
Courtyard Marriott.
Hey, I had to get a room with 2 beds. I can't remember the last time I've seen a room with 2 beds on the little 80 stream. So you usually get the rooms with the California Kings. But no, if anybody's staying around the stadium,
cool.
let us know. I will be up there I'm going up there Thursday, so I'll be up. So I'll be on the show. That's the reason that's the biggest reason I'm going Thursdays, so I don't miss the show Friday morning.
That's awesome.
So
you're gonna have a great time up there, man.
Oh yeah,
have a great time, folks. Rules track record as a program builder, it's been undeniable. Turned Temple into a winner, resurrected Baylor after a major scandal there. Nebraska, of course, we're off to a 5-1 start. Year 3 and after decades of struggle, folks, and we all know the story, the narrative as far as that goes. Story's been told. Him and Penn State's AD, Dr. Kraft, were together at Temple. Go ahead. What were you going to say, brother?
Well, here's what I was going to say. I think it's important to have this conversation with context. Here is what Pat Kraft said. What he wants out of the next Penn State head coach.
Before you play that, did you realize how much him and Rule look alike and sound alike?
They sound so
even
much
their
alike.
face. I thought it was Matt
facial
Rule
structure.
talking.
Their facial. Yeah, I didn't know the deal was already done. That's what AD was saying.
I was giving a presser during practice.
Yeah. How's he in Lincoln and in Happy Valley? No. Here's what Pat Kraft had to say of what he wants the next coach at Penn State to embody.
Our next coach will be someone who embodies everything Penn State stands for: integrity, accountability, toughness, humility, and an elite motivator. We'll find a coach who can achieve excellence at the highest level, doing it with confidence and conviction. Recruiting will always be a pillar here. We want someone who will attract elite talent, retain players in the NIL era, and make Penn State a destination. This is also about the modern era of college football. Our next coach needs to be able to maximize elite level resources, attack the transfer portal, and develop at the highest level. This person has to fit Penn State. They need to represent the toughness, the blue-collar work ethic, and the class that defines this institution. We want someone who honors our tradition but isn't afraid to evolve, someone who understands the weight of we are and leads us forward with a vision of championships. The right coach will rebuild the unity and pride that defines this historic program. And they will ignite this fan base around a shared belief that we're capable of greatness and we're going to do it the right way. And we are the best program in the country.
Oof.
All right. I didn't know if I was going to go to war with another country or what. A little dramatic for me.
Okay. Whoa.
Dramatic,
not passionate.
There's passion.
Okay.
But then there's, you're laying it on pretty thick here. He's making it seem like that Penn State is in the doldrums. I mean, dude, you were one game away from a national championship last year.
That is true. Tell him, AD.
It's not like, first of all, I respect the guy like crazy. He's got a great track record, and I always respect a lot of people who went on. I'm not saying that you're less of a person if you didn't do this, but I like ADs in people of high ranks in academics and business administrations when they went on and got PhDs and they fine tune their craft, they study.
Yeah.
So I respect the guy's accolades, first of all. But I just think you would think that the way he's talking, that Penn State is just loster than a baseball in high weeds. Penn State is not that far off. They're building a $700 million plus facelift to their stadium.
Well, hold on, you can't include that because Nebraska was far off and they built a $600 million thing.
No, I'm not talking about the price. I'm saying they're not some team of the doldrums. They're building a $700 million facility, upgrade to their stadium. They have, and I've been to their facilities 3 times. They have state-of-the-art technology. They got a ton of pride. It wasn't like, James Franklin was dragging the school down the street, having off-the-field issues, etc. He was a man of incredible integrity and character. So just say, you know what? We're going to make a switch. So he was selling like athletic rich, or they do. I just thought it was a little thick.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a little thick.
TMZ2 says on the YouTube stream, Matt Rule is 2-23 against ranked teams. Give me a break. Let's hear Matt Rule on the
Well, Waverly Jim says his tone tells me they already have their guy.
Let's just hear what Matt Rule has to say about
because
this.
Nick, this show, and you are the pinnacle, Nick. You are the shining North Star of all sports broadcasting.
Thank
Nick
you.
Sainert.
Thank
I
you.
just thought it was over the top.
I
Not
feel like
that-
you have to be over the top.
I think you do if your program really needs to be sold.
Yeah.
Are you saying it to yourself, or are you saying it to the potential people out there? Penn State is not in bad shape at all.
No, they're good.
They
They're
lost
fine.
3. I mean, we've lost 3 games. In a month.
Yeah.
They've lost theirs as well. But it's like, okay, you're playing. Obviously besides UCLA and Northwestern, who have proven that they are more than worthy foes. But like I said, everything he said exactly. I'm not knocking what he said. It just seemed a little thick when you look at where Penn State is at as athletic department.
Here's where it gets really
It
interesting.
ain't that bad.
Here's where it gets really interesting, guys. And I mean, I think there is a lot that can be made about, number one, the record against ranked teams. You're absolutely right. This is the tough part about yesterday, and I want to play Matt Rule's comment and then kind of talk about it a second, because we'll just dive into it after. So Matt Rule's comment on the Penn State stuff.
Yeah, well, I love Penn State. Met my wife there. It's my alma mater. Fan since I was born. I think probably had a Penn State shirt when I was born. I love Pat Kraft. And really sad.
Can I just say, not a great start. I talked about it yesterday as I was filling in on Bach with Bach.
So when I say I love you, Nick, it's not a good start when I say I love you.
Well, no, that's fine. But it's like,
I get you.
First off, let me say this. I love Pat Kraft. And I love a guy that could potentially be my boss and is trying to hire me for the job. I love Penn State. I probably was born in a Penn State shirt. Not a great start when you're trying to provide reassurance to the fan base and say, hey, I'm committed to Nebraska. Here we go. That's what I'll say.
Met my wife there. It's my alma mater. Fan since I was born. I think probably had a Penn State shirt when I was born. I love Pat Kraft. And really sad to see Coach Franklin go. When you think about what he did for my alma mater, that program was in peril, right? I mean, the players, if people remember, like the historic sanctions, you could transfer out, you could do whatever you want. Bill O'Brien comes in, stabilizes it for 2 years. James takes over a program in disarray and gives stability, excellence, and to see videos of people like yelling at his kids, and like I just don't understand why in our country, like now, like coaches are villains. Like, you know how hard I worked in Carolina, and the things that were said to me, or how hard I work here, and some of the things that are said, our coaches work here, how hard Sat worked last year. So I'm just really sad about that part of it. And people say, well, you make a lot of money. Making a lot of money doesn't make your kids feel good when they're hearing that. Make a lot of money. It's nice to make a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but still people. So I really respect James Franklin. Troy and I are in unbelievable relationship too. And Troy and I are in constant communication about this program and where we're headed. I came here for 2 reasons. I love the community here and wanted to live here, and I love it here. And I wanted to rebuild Nebraska football. And, Troy and I understand the steps that you need to take to make us Big Ten champions and national champions. This place is elite. And I want to be a great father, and I want to be a great college.
Elite?
I've heard that 3 times already.
Yeah, from the same voice, it sounds like.
Football coach. And so, I'm not going to talk a lot about job openings when they come. Maybe it's been a while here, but this is what happens when you win. I've dealt with it. We've won at Temple, and I dealt with it all the time. I've dealt with Baylor. I'm not going to talk about those things ever. I'm not going to talk about my contract here. I'm going to talk about the team. But yeah, I absolutely love it here, and I want us to continue to take the steps needed for us to turn this thing into a beast. And players all across the country want to come here. We have the best facilities. We have elite fans, and
wait,
I'm just looking at the future.
Elite.
So, but again, I love that place. I love Pat. I love James Franklin. Sad that came to an end. I wish him the absolute best, but I'm really happy here and excited to get going this week on Minnesota.
Now, here's where I will give Matt Rule the benefit of the doubt. You cannot come out, and as much as we all, as Husker fans, wanted him to squash all of the rumors, You can't come out and say no.
Well, you can if you are absolutely sure that you're staying someplace.
Well,
if you are
I disagree because.
Why do you disagree? If I know I'm not leaving, I'm going to tell you I'm not leaving.
But because from a business sense,
Nick,
you can squeeze money.
You know
that is the truth.
I get what you're saying on
that. That's
because,
how the world is.
Nick, I'm 51.
I
know how
that.
the world goes.
I know.
What I'm simply
I'm
saying
not saying
is,
that.
No, what I'm saying is this. I understand the business aspect of it.
Yeah.
What I'm simply saying is he doesn't have to say it because he's using leverage. But when it comes to the powers that be, he says to them, look, I'm doing the song and dance here. I'm not saying Rule is. But at the same time, it goes to the point where you said earlier, which I totally agree with. It goes to the point what you said earlier in that I don't have to say it on the microphone, but to the powers that be, I'm letting you know, you see who's coming after me. So let's sit down at the table and discuss things. That's the business part I was talking about. We're both talking about the same thing.
But publicly, you can't. You lose all the leverage if he comes out and is just like, no, I'm not going anywhere.
But that's what I just said. I'm simply saying I understand what you're saying. He can't say it publicly.
Yeah.
I think we misheard each other.
Okay.
On that. Don't let me have you call your middle name right now. Your face changed a little bit.
Somebody says this is getting juicy. Don't be mad at each other. You guys are on the same team. Go Big Ticket. No. I
think with Nick, I think you heard me say it the wrong way, and I may have said it the wrong way because I understand you cannot say it publicly unless you got everything that you already want and more. And even then, you can't say it.
I just think
negotiating you can't.
I just think naturally from in the business that they're in the college football coaches, at the end of the day, if he comes out there and number one says that Nebraska, he's not going anywhere. Number one, I mean, once again, that loses all the leverage. Number two, on the flip side of it, what if he comes out and says, "Oh, I'm not going anywhere," and then a couple of weeks later that it gets told that he is. There's a lot. There's
we're
a
on
lot.
The same page there because I totally agree with you on that.
You cannot have specific details. You just can't come out and say specific things when none of this will actually happen for months down the road.
What, Nick, we're saying the same thing too.
Okay.
We're saying the same thing. What I'm saying is to publicly, he has to be very careful what he says, regardless if he stays or goes. You can't say anything because at that point you've lost all negotiating power whatsoever.
Yes.
Let's take Rule completely out of it. Let's say you're at another XYZ school and you want a bigger NIL. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want some upgrades. Well, you can't say it on the microphone because you've lost everything. Well, I'm not going anywhere. Great. We're keeping things just the way they are.
Yeah.
You can't. So we totally agrees with that. You can't say it. But to the powers that write the checks, those conversations take place. And look, you see what's going on.
Yeah.
Are we going to do this or not?
Corey and Lincoln says this: if he knows he's not going to accept the job, he can say no and remove the distraction. Lots of coaches have done this in the past. But
I think each situation is a little different.
This is where. Gosh dang! Like I'm trying to formulate.
It gets slippery.
No, I'm trying to formulate it to where we can have a factual and known factual conversation about it.
Kirk Ferentz.
A lot. No, I would say this. A lot of coaches will say what you want them to say, but behind closed doors will strong arm and will negotiate and will. Basically, their agents are very good at their job.
Nick.
Are exceptional at their job.
3.5 hours, actually longer than that, 5 hours to the east of us. Kirk Ferentz has done it for years in Iowa.
To where...
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, but yeah. I guarantee you that in this moment, as Matt Rule is getting courted for other jobs, and Penn State can be in this conversation as well, he's on the phone with his agent, and his agent is saying, do not say anything finite. Do not say anything about how you are only committed to Nebraska and you are going. Why? Because now the agent is able to have this conversation with Troy Dannon and say, hey, this is what we need. If you want Matt Rule fully committed, this is what you need. It doesn't happen. It happens all the time with on the lower level position coaches. It happened with EJ Barthel, and it's happening with Matt Rule. Like that's the honest truth. And so, but the minute that Matt Rule comes out and says, hey, I'm shutting down, I don't want any distractions, you can say whatever you want behind closed doors. Nobody finds out what happens behind closed doors. If you truly care about your reputation, which we know Matt Rule does, if you truly care about your reputation, you cannot come out and say anything finite, because then, number one, if you go against your word, that's a bad look on you and your product. But then second is your agent is going to tell you, well, we just lost all negotiating power because they know how committed and that you truly don't want this other job.
And you know what, Nick? I would say this too. It always hasn't been this way because there are the factors we have right now, NIL, portal, and things of that nature. In the past, if a coach was going to leave, he'd worry about a recruiting class, et cetera, or something like that. Oh, you're worried about much more than that at this point. I mean, we're talking about you didn't have the TV contracts back then that you have now. You didn't have the shoe deals as big as they are right now. And I'm not saying I like the changes, but that's the world we live in.
Yeah.
You can't show all your cards. You just simply can't. Now, I will say this. It's going to show what type of coach you are, regardless if here or somewhere else, if you can keep everybody on point. That's going to be the challenge. Because, Nick, one thing the coaches 10 years ago didn't have to worry about, these things we got right here, do we have access and somebody's shooting us something on in real time? It's a different world. So as much as it sucks, you have to be strategic.
Yeah.
It sucks. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It sucks.
Let's go back to the alley. We're going to fight.
You want me to kiss you and hug you?
No, I do not.
Hold you.
I do not.
Call you your middle name.
You and I are gonna tussle.
Abraham, you stop it.
Abraham. Jeez Louise.
Folks, we'll come back and talk some more.
We should clip that and play it again.
Abraham?
No. For when you and I got into it right there.
I didn't really think it was
I didn't think it was getting into it. People said that we needed to make sure that they knew that we were on the same team.
Yeah, we are.
Sometimes.
We're ebony and ivory.
Sometimes we're on the same team. Sometimes AD's an idiot. Sometimes I'm an idiot.
Okay. I'm glad
It's two-sided. I'm at fault.
And that's why I'm excited you said it. See, Nick, you're wising up. You're learning. See,
Not wising up.
See, last week, you were a person from external locus control. Now, you're more of an intern. It's no longer this, Nick. That guy.
Yeah.
We'll be back. It's The Drive, 937 The Ticket.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Verne as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 11th through the 18th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. You know what, Nick?
What's up?
There's never a dull day in Nebraska. Good old Nebraska, you. There's never a dull day in Nebraska.
There we go.
Good old Nebraska, you. We're coming from behind and we're doing things great. We're gonna beat Minnesota, you. There's never a dull day in Nebraska. Good old Nebraska, you. We're 5-1, soon 6-1, because we're gonna beat you down. I don't know why I said that, but we are gonna beat Minnesota down, right, Nick?
Yeah, I do think Nebraska wins.
Nick,
Friday.
I know this sounds like a broken record.
Okay.
What do I say every week?
Just win. Just take the points. There's two things. There's two things of yours that we could trademark. Just take the dang points. I don't care what you do. Just win. There's AD.
AD, what color uniform? I don't care about uniform. They win. Just win.
Yeah. Wait, they said whoever was clapping during that song was rushing the tempo. Was I rushing you?
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's try to know.
Yeah, let's from the top.
Few things I want to mention, though, Swim, I think are crucial. Some of the other names in the mix, Manny Diaz from Duke has been a big one. Kurt Signetti, of course, we all know that. Brian Hartline, Ohio State's OC. Rules response, we heard that. I love Penn State, but my focus is on Nebraska. That sounds respectful. Not a denial, though, which we all know. I think it's going to hover, personally, Nick, over Nebraska until something is done. But, Nick, here's the part that is here, too. Opposing schools are going to use this against you.
Oh, sure. I mean, yeah.
It always happens anyway. But when you have a coach that's being named,
yeah,
it just gives them more arsenal. And not Nick, I'm going to tell you this. The kids we currently have on there.
Yeah.
Don't think of, I know you know this. And folks, you know this too. So I'm not telling anything that I'm going to know. Schools will use that against you all day long. Hey, I know you're committed to Nebraska, but you don't know who's going to be there.
You see what's going on over there?
See what's going on in Nebraska right now? We haven't heard anything. So those are real things. Also, guys, just from a mental distraction, every player has social media. They get paid for the most part to have social media.
Yeah.
They're reading here and the same things that we are as well. So like I said, it's going to be interesting to me, Nick, how they keep dialed in and focused. Do I think they can do it? Yes. Is it unnecessary? It's unnecessary, but it's the world we live. I can't even say it's unnecessary because it's not. It's the new world that we live in as far as collegiate sports. We've seen it happen in other schools as well. You look at when Brian Kelly, now I'm not comparing Rule to Brian Kelly any stretch of the imagination, but it shows you how it's such a transactional society. Take sports completely out of it. We live in a very transactional rather than relational society, and it's unfortunate it's that way. But it's very transactional. Brian Kelly went into his Notre Dame team and spoke to him for less than 5 minutes. I'm out and was gone.
Yeah.
We heard Saban. I'm not leaving. He's the next Miami Dolphins head coach. This is a transactional society that we live in now. And it sucks, especially when it's on your doorstep like it is at Nebraska's right now. And this is not saying this person's wrong or that person's right. It's just the reality.
Yeah.
It's just the reality. And the new reality is, it's like that old saying, Nick. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Mm-hmm.
And that sounds very just crass, but that's the reality. You can't hate the player. It's the way that the game is played now, man.
Yeah, I think, and this is something I'll say. So Corey and Lincoln texted in earlier at the end of the last segment. He goes, "What's he negotiating? You think he's gunning for a bigger contract?" He talked about then the rest of the job and stuff. Yeah, I think AD, you and I both agree. Like, you can always try to get a bigger contract.
You'd be foolish if you didn't.
Yeah. So I guess the simple answer is yes.
Because Nick, they will cut you in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I'm saying that you can talk about that from the player or from the coach.
I'm talking about from the coach's standpoint. They can fire you. Boom.
Yes. So in Matt Rule's case, why wouldn't you try? Even if you know, okay, you know what? Look, I'm probably not going to get the offer. Even if I do, I'm going to stay at Nebraska, like I'm telling people I am. Why wouldn't you try to leverage that into a bigger contract?
You know what's going on right here in downtown Lincoln somewhere or in our city?
Yeah.
Someone is talking to their boss and letting them know, hey, I got an offer.
And is
like they say in the movie Ray, can you match it?
And then conversly, I think that there are I would feel comfortable in saying that there are coaches elsewhere, not for Nebraska, but there are coaches that have their agents already on the phone at places that are either open or potentially close to being open and saying, hey, if you guys choose to go this direction, or if you guys are forced into this direction, my guy's open. My guy's interested in having a conversation, because but I feel like that happens year after year. This isn't a rarity just because of this season. And we've had so many mid-season firings. More so, I think it's just because it might directly affect Nebraska now. So we feel like it's hitting home a little more. So we were asked earlier, talking about if this is a distraction. I know we maybe disagree on this. I'm not too concerned in this moment because it's so early in this conversation. I'm not too concerned about this being a distraction for Nebraska Friday. I know you are.
Nervous, Nick.
I know you are.
Really nervous.
I'm not too concerned as if I would be if things start to come out, because here's why. I would imagine that Matt Rule has had these conversations with players already. I'm sure in team meetings. I'm sure Sunday, the day after, the day James Franklin gets fired, I'm sure he's having conversations going, hey, look, naturally, my name's going to pop up. But for this season, I'm with you guys.
But I'm nervous.
I know you are. I know.
Nick, here's why I'm nervous. It's a very fragile team. Very fragile.
Are they?
I think because Nick, this team is just learning how to win. And there's times, because think about this against Maryland. Now, I'm going to play devil's app. I'm going to play, you got your pros and cons. I'm going to just stick with the cons. Nick, we should have beat Maryland by at least 14.
Yeah. We
should have been Michigan State by at least 21. We tend to get in our own way on the field without distractions.
Mm-hmm.
There's always distractions, but I mean a major one like this. I'm just wondering how thick their resolve is mentally with this. That's all I'm thinking. And that's why it makes me nervous.
Okay.
That's why it makes me nervous. So we're going to see Friday night in a very hostile area. A coach, PJ Fleck, is 6-1 against Nebraska, which is one hell of a record.
Yeah.
He rose the hell out of that boat, and he loves coming out with those, 3/4 zip-ups, with all these analogies. And you know what? People can say what they want about PJ Fleck. He wins, especially when it comes to Nebraska. I'm just concerned about where they're going to be at mentally. It's not like a player got hurt, and I'm not minimizing that. But that, the player gets hurt, he comes back. You're talking about a potential change in regime, potential change in coaching, and maybe it doesn't happen, but it's just the fact that it's just hovering like, a cloud of uncertainty, and uncertainty is sometimes uncomfortable. So like I said, now physically and talent wise, they should beat Minnesota. I would say they should beat them by at least 14.
Yeah.
If they get out of their own way.
I guess here's a way to get rid of, you're tired of hearing the narrative, not you specifically, AD, but if the team's tired of hearing the narrative about distractions and learning to win, go out and win. Go out and win Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way you worry. That's the way you squash the narrative.
Good morning, Gino. He goes, to your point, AD, this whole thing and the fact that the coach hasn't shut it down already is distracting from my buying and belief in him. And, and that's totally natural too, Gino. I totally get that, brother. Big Daddy Travis, Nebraska players are going to be very distracted. Should we beat Minnesota? Absolutely. But with what's going on, I think we lose by 14. I sure as hope not, Big Daddy Travis, but it's going to be interesting. Unknown texture 3354, Rule making $8 to $9 million per year under an AD that didn't hire him, trying to leverage for more than a top 10 coaching salary. There's a question mark when he's a couple losses away from being a bit on the hot seat. All of those are relevant. Those are your feelings, those are your emotions. Nick, I want to ask you this.
How about this? Matt Rule was asked about this yesterday. Was asked about distractions. There's a couple of different quotes. What have you told your team about the external distractions?
I'm their coach, and I love them, and we're rolling. That's it. Like I'm the most with them. I'm going to be as honest as possible. So, with everything, I'm their coach. Let's rock.
So there you go. There's that. He kind of hesitated when he said I'm their coach. Anyway.
You said the all-white uniforms. You said the kind of hesitation that I'm 51, Nick.
I know you are. Trust me, I heard last Ryan Clark over here.
Dude, hey, no, okay.
That's where I put the foot
I'm going
down.
to draw a line. Ryan Clark is a former Steeler, but his takes are off the wall. No, do not. Don't. He's with Stephen A. Smith lately. Just like, bro, what are you talking about?
That's the non-player in you.
Yeah.
Is there a level here's Matt Rule. Is there a level of frustration towards these distractions after a win?
No, this is good. It's way better than when I was in Carolina and I was on the.
Hold on. He goes, is there frustration? No, I'm getting courted for another job. I'm good. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Because life is good.
it's just funny. It's just funny. But no. Here's
couldn't be better.
In all seriousness, is there a level of frustration towards these distractions after this win?
No, this is good. It's way better than when I was in Carolina and I was on the hot seat. I mean. Again, but nothing has happened. Like people are like nothing has happened. Like a job's open. You just in fairness, and this is about our players. Like this is because our players are so good. But like you guys think when we were 5-3 my first year, do you think any schools called me then? We were 5-1 last year. Do you think anyone called me then? Yeah, this is part of the deal. Like, I'm the Huskers coach. Like, this is a great job. But next, you know what I'm saying? I'm not frustrated. Now, I'm worried about Minnesota. But this is a good thing. It just hasn't happened here in a while, but it's going to happen. And it's like the people are going to want to hire Dana, and people are going to want to hire, like they wanted to hire Tony White last year. It's just, it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff.
It was funny. He goes, the people are going to want to hire Dana. And then I don't know what he's going to, other coach he was going to throw in there in terms of, but he's like, well, maybe not. Oh, man.
Money G in Kansas City, Ryan Clark. Trey Herbs. What's up, Trey? Trey says AD challenges inner Mike Gundy. I'm 51. I'm gonna come with a mullet, like a little black mullet, like a little shag. Back in the day, Nick, they weren't mullets for brothers. They called them shags.
Oh.
And you would have like, it'd be here. It's forming the brother, and be like a lot of hair back here was called a shag. And my dad would never let me get a shag because he's like, I just wasted money. If we're gonna get a haircut, we're gonna get a haircut.
What about would you ever pull off a Jerry curl?
My dad would not allow it. He goes, you ain't put nothing in your hair that women put the same thing in their hair. Amen.
Okay.
Well, my brothers did once they could afford their own Jerry curl.
Yeah.
But my dad said, I ain't buying all them chemicals. Folks, we'll be back with the 80 attitude adjustment on this tremendous Tuesday. There is no place like Nebraska.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Koppel Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Koppel is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Koppel Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at koppelcars.com.
If the power is out, traffic lights might be too. If you come across a dark intersection, treat it like a four-way stop. See more tips at les.com/safety.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 11th through the 18th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. A chance of scattered showers throughout the day. Otherwise, cloudy skies with a high around 67. Tonight, cloudy skies continue with light winds, a low around 61. And tomorrow, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day. It'll be breezy, the high near 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back.
There is no place
like Nebraska. I know what to do next.
We really should have thought this through.
Oh, yeah, we should have. Oh, Dad 34 says, AD, do a skullet. What's a skullet? Nick, you know what a skullet is?
I do not. Do I look like somebody that knows anything about fashion? I'm wearing pants today, though, AD.
That's a good thing.
I'm wearing pants, not shorts. I should put that caveat in there. I decided to break out the golf pants today instead of golf shorts.
Yeah.
So,
Cherry Bomb, what's up? He goes, does he pull a Signetti and take the stars with him to pin? The distractions will make him Minnesota game crazy. You know what, Cherry Bomb, in this crazy world, like I said, as of today, thank God he's our coach here.
Yep.
For what it is, for stability and everything else. But these things are just, it's fluid. It's crazy. All I'm going to say, Nick, is buckle up. I mean, that's all we can do. We don't, I mean, until these decisions are made, it's just buckle up. You have to, this is going to sound crazy. You got to embrace the chaos. That's exactly what it's going to be.
Yep.
It's just going to be chaos. Folks, the 80 attitude adjustment for this morning. I put a post out. If you're an Instagram person, if you go to Instagram and type in Aaron Davis Attitude Expert, it's on there. I was thinking about this, Nick, last week. Full disclosure, transparency. We bull crap a lot, but I went to Stouffer's for breakfast.
No free shout outs.
And I sent you the pictures. And you didn't respond. I noticed either. I sent you the pictures of my breakfast. I said, Nick, I came. Yes, I saw my phone. Look at your phone. And you see that plate?
I haven't. I'm scrolling up.
Oh, it was so good. I had eggs.
Oh, you know why? It's because I was looking at these pictures. I didn't see the pictures you sent before.
Yeah, it was eggs over easy. I had sausage. I had
just by yourself?
Bacon. I was by myself, man.
All right, cool.
And dude, I literally was in tears.
A before and after picture.
Yeah.
4 pieces of toast, huh?
Killed all of it. You see how clean that plate is?
Oh, I do. Did you lick it clean?
A little bit. People were looking.
Did you lick all the jam out of the cartons too?
Dude, I was in tears when I got my food. I was sitting there eating, not because it was so good, because me and my dad would do breakfast all the time.
Oh, yeah.
At least once, every other month or so, give or take. But I'd go to his place. My dad would go to Hy-Vee on North 27th, and the ladies there, and I see them sometimes like, man, your dad was such a kind man.
Yeah.
And
what happened to you?
See, I can't even feel a good moment without you. See, I'm just going to beat you up after the show. I've just reached that conclusion.
Okay.
But it made me feel close to my dad.
Yeah.
You know, just having that breakfast. And I'm going to start doing that more often, of just doing things that honors my dad, my mom. You know, sometimes it's easy to bury those feelings. And the point I'm coming across is, folks, what you don't confront, you'll always want. And for me, I want it when I think of my dad, not to always be sadness because I miss him, but also joyful times. You know, I sent a friend a picture of when we went to the Chiefs-Steelers game in 2017. Eric Fuentes, if you're listening, we beat your Chiefs that day as well. In Kansas City, but my dad, that was his first NFL game, and to see his Steelers. And so I'm confronting the way I used to handle it, you know, trying to drown it, you know, and trying to be angry with something that's positive with it. So what you don't confront, you'll always want. So confront those things if you want to change the outcomes.
Should we start going to breakfast?
Not a hell's chance of going to breakfast with you.
See, there it is.
No,
I don't want to hear about how I'm mean to you.
No,
I invited you to breakfast.
No, you didn't. You said it with a smug on your face.
I was being a friendly smile.
Every time I asked you to do something, I got to cut
When
the lawn.
was the last time you asked me to do something?
This guy doesn't even have a lawn. Oh, man, I got to go out there and combine with my in-laws. I got to go back out to Culbertson, wherever the hell you're from.
When was the last time you asked me to do something?
I asked you that day.
To go to Stouffer's?
I asked you to go to breakfast. We're not giving free shout-outs. That's what you were like, get off my lawn. We're not.
Yeah.
No
free shout-outs.
AD's giving away $40,000 worth of free marketing.
Yeah.
No,
I might be out of a job.
We're going to make a point of doing that, going to breakfast once a month.
There you go. We'll capture it on social media.
Yeah, we'll do.
We got 10 seconds. Send it away.
Folks, ride with us tomorrow. Thanks for riding with us today. It's The Drive.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 11th through the 18th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stair-heavy items or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Copple Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Copple is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Copple Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at copplecars.com.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I could call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Hi, everybody. Charlie Stone back again with Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, there are so many great things to talk about right now. Let's start with new and pre-owned vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, we're all excited those days of inventory shortages are behind us. Right now, we have more than 400 new Hondas to choose from and over 125 pre-owned with just about any make or model in stock.
I know certified pre-owned Hondas are a very important part of your dealership. Tell us about certified, Andy.
We always have a great selection of certified pre-owned Hondas in stock in like new condition, and they also come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
How about service?
You know, our amazing service department not only services Hondas, but we service just about any make, and we are one of the largest tire dealers in the state. Look us up the next time you need tires on your car.
Experience the best at the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online